Hi Addicts, I'm here. I'm Colt. I'm here to talk about some stick animations for the new series that I'm going to be doing called Stick It in Your Arm. That was a joke, everybody. That was a joke, everybody. Please come back. Please don't leave me. I'm lonely. So, the first episode of this is going to be on the series known as Madness Combat. Now, this was made by a animator named Crinkles on Newgrounds, and I haven't been able to find exactly when it was made, but it basically starts off with the first episode is kind of I wouldn't really say it's not chronologically in the series, but at the same time I wouldn't say it is in the series, but basically just some people dancing in the park, doing their normal everyday thing, having a great day. And a guy walks in and gets punched by one of them. And then he just murders everybody. And I think, in this one they use a kill count in the videos too. So I think he had a kill count of 38 or something like that. But, there's the series goes on, You have a couple more episodes that are the same kind of format, just randomly killing and doing that whole thing. But then you get to the part where there's the characters. Specifically, Hank. Hank J. Wimbledon. And Hank is a fucking badass. You think Chuck Norris is a badass? No. Hank is more fucking badass than Chuck Norris. Man.
But can he take the hill?
Yes, he can.
Oh.
Not only can he take the hill, he'll take the hill with Chuck Norris. Yes. Yeah. There will no longer be a hill. So basically, his whole thing is that he's a wanted man for some unknown reason, and he's going to kill the sheriff. But what he doesn't know is Sheriff has Jesus on his side. And it's the best thing ever because Jesus in this series is also quite the badass, flying around, making zombies and shit. Just doing his usual Jesus thing, helping the sheriff not die. So you go on a little from there. You keep going, and Hank dies a lot in this series, but he keeps getting brought back to life, and nobody knows how. So he starts off not wearing anything at all, really. To now he's wearing sunglasses and a hood and a bandage over his face. Hank's looking more badass as the story goes on. But I want to say it's about the 5th or 6th episode of it. We meet the clown, also known as Tricky. Now Tricky's thing is, you can't kill Tricky. Tricky kills you. You can kill him, but you can't kill him. As in, you might have killed him, but he's just going to come back right behind you and then slam your head in with a stop sign. Yeah, that's right. He pretty much hit the sign that he is coming is a stop sign. And he will just slam that thing through your skull. And of course there's the sheriff, but Sheriff dies in the second episode, but he deserves it. The sheriff's kind of a dick. But then you also have what's known as the Auditor, which is basically Satan, and no one really cares about him. He's just kind of a jerk. Now, there's 2 other guys that are in the series. One of them doesn't last too long and dies, which kind of made me sad because he was pretty badass. But you have Demos and Sanford. And these are 2 guys who go in to get Hank's body and bring him back to life for, I want to say, the 5th time. So they end up going in, getting his body and making him new and more powerful. To the point where in the latest video, Hank actually kills the clown, but then the Auditor gets his devil crown back because it got stolen from him. Oh yeah, Jesus is dead too. Jesus died somewhere along the way. So basically, as it keeps going and going and going, you eventually realize, wait, if Hank can't die, does that mean the series never ends? And you'd be partially right. But mostly, Hank is just his kind of own character who can die, but generally gets brought back to life through some stupid means that no one really knows. But this is one of my favorite Stick series of all times. Now, granted, it doesn't really look like a stick figure series by the look of it, but it is. You can go to one of my favorite websites to watch it on, of course, is Newgrounds. But Newgrounds is kind of dead now, but can we all just shed one tear for Newgrounds? Just shed one tear. Just the one. But you can also visit on another page called stickpage.com, which always one of my favorite websites. Had probably the best stick game, like the stick fighting games that you could find. Had some of the best stick animations. And I remember this from when I was like, I want to say like 5 or 6, and I was like, no, not 5 or 6. What am I talking about? Like 5 or 6 years ago is a better way to put it. From about 5 or 6 years ago, when I got like really into stick animation, I'm like, I really want to do this, because you had the arena combats, which were like Terracause versus Alpha, or other stuff like that. And it was, I still find those things on YouTube being made like new. And then there's also like all the collaboration videos that you have, like Oxob and Alpha making and Terracause making and Hun, Hyun. They all make stuff together still. And it's just really fun to watch all that stuff again, and that's kind of why I came back to the series, was I always remembered it very fondly, and the fact that I think they're ending it now, because the latest episode that came out, I want to say now 3 days ago. Well, it's probably going to be like a month or two by the time you guys actually get this video, because someone's being lazy. I hope he keeps that in. But it was one of those series that I remember really getting into, and it held up to this day, I would say, and my lord, is it just amazing. And personally for me, I would rate this series a strong 8 out of 10. I wouldn't say 10 out of 10, because even though it is a great series, there's quite a few more that I believe are better than it. And I will be getting into those in another episode of this. So, this has been Stick It In Your Arm, episode 1 on the Madness Combat series. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And this has been Colt. It has been a really, really fun day.